morning, everyone. It's Jeff, Techpreneur for the People. Wanted to drop in real quick and leave some thoughts in this episode of TechP What's the What. It's Friday morning. What's today's date? 9:35 on September the 22nd. And the last few days have been pretty heavy.
Meet Darius. As a student organizer at his local college, Darius yearns to find things in the community to share with his friends and classmates that align with social equity, warding off spaces and places that do not align with him and his peers' interests.
Been feeling the discomfort of the challenges that have been weighing on me for over 2 years now. The source of the PTSD, it's not a great feeling, especially when it physically impacts you and you don't know when or where it's going to come from. And it's been pretty interesting, like when you take a step back and think about it. You know, I think back to 2 years ago, roughly there about 2 years ago, when I got a letter from the long-term disability administrator. I forget who it was, maybe Prudential or something like that. And they stated that they were denying my long-term disability claim on the grounds of PTSD because they went out online and saw one integration, and they said that someone with, I think they said it takes it takes someone with significant cognitive abilities to be able to deliver or envision something like what they saw with one integration at the time. And the reality of it is we've gotten better since. And so I'd have to agree in some regard that, yes, that is a one way to look at it. However, the PTSD that I was diagnosed with is from corporate America, specifically the experiences that I had while working at Dell Technologies. And we'll talk about, you know, how I feel about that and how that is impacting me still. But when you think about PTSD from people, let's just say soldiers who get it from war, do they ever tell them that they're not approved for long-term disability and tell them to go back into war? No, they approve them for being long-term disabled because you don't send someone back into an environment that has created this physical manifestation and all of the traumas that happen, which if you go and study it, if I could control it, I would. However, experiences are, your body responds and your brain responds and sends your body messages prior to experiences even becoming aware, you becoming aware of those experiences. And so I learned that, or I saw that firsthand the other week when I was trying to tell my wife about the update from the lawyer, and she was out of town and I was on the phone and I was telling her about it. It was Saturday evening. I had grilled burgers for the kids and they had friends over. It was 10 o'clock. They were doing their thing. And so she asked the question. I was trying to answer the question. And before I know it, I was puking. And it was sudden. It was shocking. But when I sat back, thought about it, researched it, and found out that it's not uncommon, given the types of things that I'm dealing with, I just I just had to embrace it. I had to own it. I had to put it into my art and create with it. I have to put it into the stack of things that we have to be able to turn this unfortunate set of circumstances into the win that's already been promised to us. And for me, I don't find value in me getting an outcome that resolves this, but allowing it to be something that goes unaddressed as it continues to happen. And so that's the driving force behind building technology to address these issues with Ontegration and our Respocial services. We've already seen multiple wins, multiple victories, getting people's jobs back, getting people the therapy and the well-being support that they need, getting people the HR consultancy and guidance to look over and understand what they're experiencing, and then be able to guide them towards being a hero in their own story. We're already seeing that. We're already realizing those benefits. But right now, those things are just being done pro bono, because you don't go ask for something for someone in their time of need. That's not how I see Ontegration. And so, if you want to learn, you want to participate, you want to support what we're doing, you can go to www.ontegration.com. You can learn all about who we are and what we represent. At the heart of it, it's about providing resources to people, but also, more importantly, those resources to people so that they can be in their best mental and physical and spiritual position so that they can pursue their purpose. And so Ontegration is my purpose. I think, most times when people hear me talk about it, they say, man, I can feel your passion. They may even say early on, they used to say, I don't know what you're talking about, but I can feel your passion. Now we have the examples for people to see clearly, like, what it is, how it works. People can join. People are joining. Thank you to the early adopters. I want to invite anyone else out there that wants to participate for unifying and going out and delivering the world that we all envision. Join Ontegration. Another thing that we're addressing is social media has been manipulating humanity and lying in our face. I'll give you the most clear-cut example that I can think of in this moment. Right now, the larger social media platforms are launching services, have recently launched services to charge $15, $14.99, or whatever the charge is for the people on the platform to prove who they are. Anybody in technology can tell you that those social media companies, they know your IP address, and they also know the UMEI, I think it's what it's called, the unique identifier of your device. So not only do they know who you are, but they also know which device. Are you on your laptop? Are you on your phone? Are you on your second phone? They know this. They know if somebody has hacked or spammed or has your password and is trying to log on from a region that your phone has never been to. They know this. And so for them to tell you, hey, we need $14.99 or whatever the charge is to prove who you are, that's manipulation. It's a lie. And it's them it's the haves taking from the have-nots and putting more of that into their pocket, more of that money into their pocket, so that they can go do the things that continues to manipulate us. In addition to that, here we are as humanity, and we have dreams, and most of us turn to social media to go and articulate our vision and to be able to launch our businesses. And you spend money on creating content spend time on creating content, and then when you look at it, it says 3 people saw it, 7 people saw it. You may have 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 1,000 followers. For those of us that haven't taken the strategy of purchasing followers, which we'll talk about that in a moment too. So say you have those followers, why is it only 7 people or 3 people or 10 people that gets to see your stuff? While at the same time, they will tell you, hey, if you pay us $15 more, 57 more people will get to see your stuff. So 57 more people for $15. You know, I would think as a business person that one could decide whether or not that was value. But if we back up and realize that they told us that they didn't know who we were, we needed to pay them $15.99 to prove that we are who we are, then my question is, who are those 57 people? Are they real people? Are they people with blue checks? Are they people without blue checks? And why are they making this situation to where they're not just getting rid of the people that they know are fake? They know who is using a VPN. They know who the fake accounts are. My only conclusion is that personally, they are the fakers. They are leveraging those bot houses. They're using that underlying black market of fake identities to manipulate humanity. I could be wrong, but I could tell you something's going on because they're not being honest. And so the question is, how long is humanity going to subscribe to a fake free lie? Social media is free. Well, depends on how much you decide your integrity, your subconsciousness, and your work product and the content you create is worth. Right now, they get to put, if you go down and look at your social media feeds, how many ads that you did not choose to see are they feeding to you? And once you understand subconsciousness, you have to think about what influence they have, and it's a great level of influence. That's why these companies will pay them to enter their ads into your subconsciousness. And so what we've done at Ontegration to address all of these things is we've come up and we've said, hey, look, we're going to be the responsible social media destination. We trademarked the term Respocial. We launched the Ontegration community. And when you log in, what you will see is various channels. You'll have access to certain channels with the free or basic service. Those are the basic Ontegration channels to kind of give you an insight into who we are and what we have to say. We have a middle tier that gives you access to more content and more channels. That one is $11.11 today. And then we have a higher tier that is a premium level that gives you access to all the channels today. And so we want to be upfront and say it's not free because we are not going to manipulate. We are not going to feed your subconscious with things that have no purpose. In fact, your feed, when you log in and you see an aggregate of what you subscribe to, is not going to be littered with partially what you decided to see or what you decided to follow, mixed in with a whole lot of other junk that traditional social media decides they want you to have. And so that's our difference. That's our value prop from a community standpoint. We want to invite you in. We believe that this is the future because people are going to recognize and look at the lack of integrity in those other platforms and have to decide, is this life about living a lie, or is it about being surrounded by those who want to stand in the light with great character and integrity? And that's what Respocial media is. Those are my thoughts in the moment. I'm gonna pull up to the house. I'm gonna go get my stretching in. I started out talking about the weight of the experiences that I've had over the last few years and the PTSD. I deal with headaches daily, but still I rise. I create the art of TechP. This is TechP, what's the what. I show that art. It's there for us to consume. It's envisioned as seeds to be able to tell the story of what happened to me. And then for us to leverage the platform to tell what happened to you. And when we tell those stories, we're not going to tell them with the outcome or ending where we end up being victims. We're the heroes. We were not built to lose. We were built to win. And so we're already winning. Suffering is a part of the process. I was listening to a Nas track this morning, and I wrote about it. And he said, you got to take some L's to come out with the victory. And so that's what those boys over in hell thought they were doing. They thought they were handing me L's by treating me unfairly and not following their rules and thinking they could just treat me any old kind of way. And when I was asking for help, to gaslight me and tell me it was me, or they're not going to respond, or somebody else is going to respond, and nobody following up, and just an amazing, unbelievable set of foibles that now we have record of. We have requested for through discovery for documentation. And let's just put it this way. I question the amount of goodwill that this process has in it from their side. And so with that being said, that creates more anxiety. That creates more of a, is this going to be tolerated by those that are being put in place to uphold the law? And man, how do you get a set of lawyers that would subscribe to you approaching a human, someone who has gone out and done nothing but try to help people and be honest and shine the light? And this is what you do over the last 2 years. You sit silently thinking that I was just going to, I don't know what you thought or what they thought. But what I will say is, I'm TechP. This is TechP, what's the what. Jeff McKinney is the founder and CEO of Ontegration and Diverse Perspectives. We build solutions to make sure that small business owners, entrepreneurs, individual contributors, communities, everyone, humanity, is able to connect with their purpose and succeed as they were designed to do. Peace.
Every day, we interact with hundreds of people, like these individuals. In a modern world, we are always faced with the challenges of connecting authentically in a digital world. Meet Darius. As a student organizer at his local college, Darius yearns to find things in the community to share with his friends and classmates that align with social equity, warding off spaces and places that do not align with him and his peers' interests. Meet Lindsay. She wants to be able to address her issues without airing them to everyone online. She wants to find a real-time way to confidentially connect with her circle of family and friends when she needs it most. Be in the know, lead the way, and create your new space. Sign up now at www.ontegration.com. Be the change agent on how community is done.